Hello, and welcome to today's video where I shall be talking about how I plan and study chess and log everything. I don't know what everybody else is using. I'm sure they don't, but if you wanted a more systematic approach, here's an idea. I mean, I don't confess to be the only person in the world that has something like this. Everyone has notebooks. If you don't want to do it electronically, that's up to you. But I really don't know how other people do it. I think reading in Vishy Anand's book, I can't remember what the book is called now, something like Mind Master or something like that. And he said when he was growing up, after every game that he played, he would annotate those games. And who taught him this? It was his mother. And that's quite funny because it is something that we don't often do, annotate our games, which is quite helpful for life when you're doing like your homework, your essays. It applies to those things, okay? Because that's the only way you can improve and learn is to self-analyze. That way you can grow and develop yourself. Okay, so when it comes to chess, this is how I do it. Okay, so this is like my notes, all the subtopics. So here in particular, why did I jot this down? It's because when I was analyzing this game, I can't remember who played it. It might have been like Capablanca or Alekhine or something like that. Here in this position, all I was looking at or concentrating on was, as you can see in the notes, okay, I was concerned about improving the king and the knights, getting them primed and ready for the end game. Okay, so I considered moves such as knight d2, then to e4 or to c4, and then king to f2, and then I stopped there. Okay, but I really overlooked the obvious. I didn't even consider knight takes d4. Knight takes d4, rook takes d4, rook takes knight check, king to the 7th, and then the rook can either go back to e3 to protect the d3 pawn or to snaffle these two pawns on the g and f files. Okay, so by reminding myself to go over my notes, I'll have this in mind for the next game. Okay. And then I miss a lot of tactics. So in this particular one here, let's have a little look. Ah, right. I see. Right. Okay. So here in this position, okay, I played bishop takes queen, and then after rook takes bishop, rook takes rook, the white queen can take on d4, forking the king and the rook. What I should have done, and it's in the notes here, okay, I should have taken the queen with the rook first, because after rook takes rook, bishop takes rook, the pawn on d4 is still defended by the bishop there. Okay, and I just didn't see that at the time. Okay, so these little mistakes you could just keep logs of, and on the side here, these are like middle game positions from Boris Gulko's book, Lessons with the Grandmaster, and I'm just taking screenshots from an external website and then adding in my notes afterwards. Okay, I could have done it on Fritz or something that a chess software that you're currently using. Okay, and then I'm putting in notes as to why this is important so I can remember it for next time, and I'll keep it in mind, and hopefully that will just subconsciously go into my game. Then there are some endings that I might forget, so I'd like to use middle game positions, okay, which also includes some analyzed books. Okay, what else? Okay, so when it comes to scheduling what to learn, okay, I've got a spreadsheet here. Okay, so let's go back to 2020. Okay, 2020, March 2020. I've got a list of headings of things that I want to do. And when it comes to chess, you got the end games, middle games, openings, tactics, etc., playing. Okay, that way I'm logging how much time I'm spending on chess, and then my other activities like studying Mandarin. Okay, physical activities. You know, I'm trying to increase my fitness, so I've got a home workout. I sometimes play tennis, go to the gym, do some running, so I can log how long I ran for that week. Okay, for instance, this week 2 in March 2020, I logged in 40 minutes of running, 1 hour of the gym, 2 hours of tennis. Okay, and then when it comes to the chess, about an hour and 5 minutes on end games. And then here are the tactics. I think around here, I really wanted to concentrate on my tactics because I was slacking. And then as you could see, the following week, did it every day. And then the following week, every day. Okay, so that week I logged in 20 minutes of tactics, and then the following week 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, so that's what I've been trying to do. Okay, so a little bit of playing. Okay, analyzing games, very important. Did that for 45 minutes, and then end games an hour and a half, and then the following week not so much. Maybe I didn't have time, what have you. Okay, so this is just one idea of logging how much you put into your chess. So for the second week of March 2020, I logged in, what does it say? 2 hours and 15 minutes of chess. That's just my average. Okay. And then so on and so forth. And then you can analyze it for the week, for the month, and even the year. Okay. If you know all the fancy Excel functions. Okay, I think that's about it. Okay, I'm not sure what you're using, whether you recommend any apps that logs and tracks down what you're doing, like running. I've also got a running app that tracks down how many miles or kilometers I'm doing and the duration, of course. Yeah, so anything to help you out and help me out, please let me know. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.